Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick-and-mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I'm passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love, because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you are meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. I love what you said about, you broke it down so beautifully in terms of working with the universe and manifestation, but I think it's so true for everyone to really pay attention when opportunity comes your way to take action on it. Mm-hmm. And so you said yes, and you took, maybe it was messy action for your first keynote experience.
Oh, yeah.
And then you probably refined it, you've learned from it, you expanded on it. And how many years have you been an international speaker?
Probably 5 or 6 years, probably maybe 7. I don't know, something like that.
And how does that feel for you now?
It feels easy. You know what I mean?
You probably feel like in your highest self, highest purpose, or greatest version of yourself?
I feel like I'm always evolving and growing with where I feel called to be. Mm-hmm. So it depends on how I'm looking at it, right? So right now, it's really interesting that you're like, what is your relationship with spirituality? I'm like, yeah, I woke up to my spiritual gifts, this and this.
Yeah.
I've been feeling really called from everyone else, not me. Hey, Dee, I really you're a spiritual teacher. Because I stepped away from that for a while because I was in the space. I'm like, there's a lot of manipulation with spiritual teachers. There's a lot of weird things going on in that space. And you might not know it if you're not in it. But I've been a part of so many different spiritual communities. And I'm like, these people are broke. They're sad. They feel like something's wrong with them all the time. They're addicted to fixing themselves, and they never feel good enough, and they're doing psilocybin and ayahuasca every weekend, and their life's not changing. So for me, a part of me didn't want to be a part of that at all, because I'm like, this is not me. I help people. I see what's going on inside of people, the organ that's going on. I see the trauma. I see the pain. And then I'm like, how is this connected to your purpose? Where is the block? What action do you need to take in order to shift your timeline? So it's different, but I'm being really called into speaking more about spirituality, but from a place of actually changing your life, not just hey, go do some ayahuasca for the weekend.
With some sage, and then you'll be fixed.
Yeah, or hang out with crystals, and crystals are great, but there's a lot of stuff that people are doing that's not getting them, it's not actually helping them evolve, it's keeping them stuck.
I think you've really nailed it about spirituality, and I feel like and I am by no means a expert in this category at all, but I feel like there's a evolution of what that means, and certainly people that are more curious and perhaps some reliant on it, that there is so many different versions of it. I feel like now my massage therapist is a spiritual massage therapist. And same with my physiotherapist, that I go for a physical treatment, but I also get energy work that then I listen to it, or maybe I put some of the things they say in ChatGPT to be like, okay, what does this mean? And then when I have something, and maybe perhaps, again, that is my Capricorn coming in, or I would just like to read it to see what this means.
Right.
And then understand it. I'm like, oh, this actually, I feel like this really hits. Which is, I love that we have those tools to, not that it's, ChatGPT is a massive tool that everyone necessarily uses, but it is accessible to then pop in some of those pieces of information that might be overwhelming for the average person to consume. But for you to move into being a spiritual teacher, I'm loving this for you.
Well, I feel like I already am, because that's why people come to me. It's they'll come to me for their story, they'll come to me for their business, but then they're like, whoa, I'm having a very spiritual experience. All spirituality is it's data. It's data that maybe you haven't been able to tap into yet. And it's connecting to what is outside of the physical. That's all it is. And it's about being in harmony with those energies. People are like, oh, it's this, it's that. It's like, well, it is, but it's actually just a field of data that you can't potentially see yet or you're not attuned to. So your massage therapist, who's a spiritual massage therapist, she's just collecting data from your body that your body and your soul is telling her, and she just intuitively knows it, and then she's passing it on to you. And your logical mind, especially as a Capricorn, is like, "Whoa, this doesn't make any sense. Let's go into ChatGPT. Okay, I'm good," right? But it's good to have the logical mind understand the science behind some things, but there's some things that science will never fully catch up to, like, oh, people pass away and, I see souls and I've seen live angels. I get this information, all of these things. Like there's not really like data behind it, and sometimes we're waiting for data versus actually just experiencing the magic of life. And it's like, if you take massive action in your life towards the nudges, things that feel expansive and you get energy around, you're going to get more of that. If you live in fear, you're going to get more of that, right? It's like, what are you choosing? And just being open, I think, is so important. And I think you're really open.
I definitely am. Like, I feel like I was like, yep, I'm open book. I did a healing session about a month ago. I was like, yep, open to anything.
Yeah.
Okay, now for you, how do you collect things and experiences, moments that really energize you and expand you? Because I would imagine naturally, especially on this topic, you are an expander for so many people around you. Probably in a different version than even maybe I could be an expander for some people, but I don't have the spiritual gifts that you do. So for you, how do you feel expanded?
How do I get expanded? I think it's about being around people that are really authentic and who really know who they are. And what I mean by that is, when I look at the world around us, especially online, everyone looks perfect all the time. Everyone, has it all together. And some people do. They do to a certain degree. Most people, though, are struggling to know who they actually are and are afraid to actually stand up for what they believe in and really put themselves out there. So the people that inspire me are the people who aren't afraid of being judged, are authentically themselves, and are standing up for what they believe in and are putting their story out there and their message out there, even when there's pushback. There's so many people that are out there giving a message that so many people don't agree with because it's triggering. Even this conversation, they're like, oh gosh, like she's talking about spirits. Like, whoa.
These girls are so woo.
She's so crazy. I was on a big show a year ago and I had so many people be like, she's crazy. And I wasn't even sharing this stuff. I was just talking about the language of the soul. I'm like, come on, guys. There's a language of the soul. It's so obvious. But, I think for me, it's just about being around people who really stand for what they do and are all in, regardless of the feedback that they get from people who don't understand. Those people are expanders for me, because as I put myself out there more and more, I can see how important it is to always be authentic and continue to share your message, regardless of how it's going to be received. And people who are kind, regardless of how people are to them. That to me is inspiring, because a lot of people who are in the spotlight, who are doing really big work, also have a lot of haters. Because there's a lot of people just don't understand, and anything that people don't understand, it's crazy and it's a threat. And that's actually part of the stages of evolution and consciousness. If someone is one stage of consciousness above you, they're crazy. They should be locked up. Past version of me years and years ago would be like, lock that woman up. She's crazy. But if you go 2 levels down from you, from like your level of consciousness, you're like, how are you living this way? How do you not get it? So it's different levels of consciousness that are playing out all at once.
I love all of this. Okay, and you said something that really struck a chord, again, kind of going back to our earlier conversation regarding visibility.
Right.
And how I want to like put it all together in terms of being authentic,
right?
What you said, and that really resonates for you. And even for you, like, how has that journey been? Like, before we hit record, we were chatting about social media and like what's been working, what's not. This is an algorithm experiment.
Right.
How has that journey for you personally for what you do? And I know we were on a mastermind call earlier this week when you talked about being multi-passionate.
Right. Yes.
Which I think there's more to tap into there as well. But being multi-passionate, having the gifts that you do, the vision and commitment to your growth that you do, how do you bring that all together from your visibility standpoint?
Well, what I love about speaking on podcasts and also stages is that you get to share stories. And stories can't be boxed in. Like, there's a lot of people who are like, you have to niche. And I am niched-ish. Like I'm a spiritual business coach, visibility coach, whatever. It doesn't really matter the title. Well,
Yeah.
it kind of does, but it doesn't really, okay? Unless we're like typing in keywords to find someone, right? But what I love about being on podcasts and on stages and learning the art of showcasing your stories of life, people who resonate with you, like on a very deep level, are going to run towards you, and the people who aren't for you are going to run away from you. And that's the most amazing thing about being visible on stages and podcasts and storytelling is I can go on a stage and talk about, you know, getting out of self-sabotage, waking up to who you are, and like turning your light on, like the title of my book, or like being visible. And I can use all of these different stories that shape who I am as a person, where people get an authentic view of who I am, versus me just going up and teaching and talking like I am one faceted. Like we're all multifaceted. It's just about giving yourself permission to really showcase all of those layers and those colors of who you really are. So that's why I love the vehicle of speaking, because through speaking, it's like the people that are listening, they're listening to you probably for the first time, maybe the second time or the third time, but stories really get people to understand the lessons behind it. And it also shows people who you really are. And if people are for me, amazing. If they're not, great. But if I'm on social media, potentially, and I'm just doing carousels and I'm just information, people might just come into a container for the information. But if I say anything spiritual or if I say anything triggering, oh my gosh, I'm out. So it's really about finding a medium that works for you. Yeah.
And do you enjoy using social media as a vehicle to share your message, or at least also have your brand be more visible?
Not really, actually. It's not
Ooh.
really my thing. I am on social media.
Yeah.
I am. But it's not like I'm like stoked about it. I'm more of like podcasts and stages, you know, talking to the people that want to listen and are already interested in it versus being on a platform trying to put a lot of content out there and showcase all parts of me. Because if I showcased all parts of me, people are like, wow, that's a lot. Am I getting a card reading? I'm like, I don't do that. I will help you with your purpose and get out there, but I'm not gonna like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the purpose behind what I do too? So if I were to work with someone and they come to me, yes, I have access to all this information, but it's like, well, where are you going? What's the impact you want to make? I'll help you get there, and I'll use my gifts to help you get there. So that is the vehicle of transformation, if that makes sense.
Okay, well, this is great because I want to sort of break it down a little further. For who would be your ideal client?
So anyone who has a story, who knows on a deep level they're here to change the world. Like I know for me, and I feel like you have this for sure. Like your energy, it's just there. I can feel it. You're just such a bright light. You have a soul mission and you really want to evolve and you really want to support a lot of people. And you have a way of just making people feel special when they're around you. And it's like, oh, I love being around her, right? So really, I love working with change makers, impact-driven entrepreneurs, and leaders who know on a deep level they want to help people. They want to help more people. They want to get out there, and they really want to. Their real piece is about impact, but also they might want to scale their business financially and make a lot more money. They want to get on stages and podcasts and just be able to scale their visibility and their brand. So it could be a product-based business. It could be a coaching business. Really doesn't matter. It's like if you want to scale something and you know it's going to help a lot of people, I help people get their message out there in a bigger way.
Perfect. I feel like that's also so tactical for people listening and watching. I'm so hyper aware of my Capricorn energy. I've never really liked that, but I was like, great, here I am looking for the valuable takeaways.
Girl, I'm so Aries that I'm very intense. So Capricorn and Aries, we're both like leaders and we like to make things happen and we're competitive. So we have some similarities.
Okay,
for
this
sure.
is true. Well, you saw me in action in the last Elite Mastermind.
I did.
With the team building activity. I was like, well, I want to be on the winning team. And with the wager we had, I was like, I have to win. Like I have to be at the winner's dinner. Like I know there's multiple people going, but I'm like, I need to be there. So check mark, Matt and I will be there.
Amazing.
So grateful. I think he's already stressed for us, like not ever being on the same team for the activities.
Oh, really?
On the activity day. But
That's so funny.
I get the competitive nature and spirit.
Yeah.
I'd love to chat around the idea. And I had a conversation a few months ago on the podcast around the relationship between our nervous system and money. And I'd love to even chat with you and your gifts and expertise around the relationship between spirituality and money.
Okay, so spirituality is essentially spirituality is just being tuned into data and energy. We'll just simplify it for the purpose of this conversation. It could
Okay.
be more than that. There's practices, all those things. But money is spiritual. It's just energy. And I think that a lot of people who are spiritual, depending on their lens and how they see it, money is bad. Money is the root cause of all evil, all of these things. And so if we want to clear our money blocks, we really need to understand, well, what are our money blocks? I remember for me with my yoga business that I started years ago, I was at a certain level and I was kind of stuck at a certain level. And I was like, why am I stuck here? What's going on? And I realized, oh, it's because I'm a woman. And I'm like, oh man, I have a belief system. It's embarrassing even saying it. Okay, I don't have it anymore. It's gone. We cleared it out of the files, right? But it was like this belief system that because I'm a woman, I can only make X amount of money. And then I thought about my upbringing. I'm like, well, my parents are really successful, but my family is also very like male dominant. So the men always got the credit for everything, even though my mom did a lot of the things on like their businesses and stuff, right? So I was like, okay, so that is a belief system I had that was blocking me from going to my next level. So what is the opposite belief that I could have? I am a powerful woman with massive work to do in the world. I am highly compensated. And I think I got that from someone else who was like doing a lot of money stuff out in the world. And I would tell myself that. And as soon as I had that awareness and I cleared it, my business grew. And so it's about getting awareness on like, hey, what are my belief systems? What are my fears? If I have money, are people going to use me? Are people going to dislike me? Are people going to think I'm greedy? Whatever the thing is, give yourself the opposite affirmation and then just take the action that you need to take. But spirituality, like I think that people think that money is bad. It's not bad. It's whoever you are, if you have more money, it just amplifies what you are.
I love that. Yeah. Matt and I say this all the time, like for sure between the two of us, but even sometimes conversations with our family that we are in such a different time and place, and what we do as entrepreneurs, what we invest in to grow as entrepreneurs and personally, professionally, of course. And so we'll have a lot of conversations around money and wanting to generate a lot of money and a lot of wealth in that sense, because you can then have greater impact and it buys you more choice.
Yeah.
And then you can amplify your message and make more impact. But I totally agree with you that I think there is a massive population out there that has this negative relationship with money. And maybe even right now between, you know, what the state of the economy is. I am not a news watcher or
Me
consumer, but I, you know, still have my mom, in-laws. We definitely hear like they love watching the news among like different generations
Right.
and demographics. But I will hear a gist of what goes on between, you know, Canada, US, and you have the euro. And I think there is probably a toxic energy surrounding money and how it flows through, and certainly from different countries. And if only there could be more conversations that are truly more abundant around the positive energy behind money and what you can do, or, you know, who you can support and gift money to in terms of organizations that are important to you.
Money is just energy, and it's everything spiritual. Everything is. Every experience that we have is a spiritual experience.
It's so interesting. And I mean, there's not everyone that would have this conversation that we could go out the studio door here and talk to someone that we don't know and be like, so what's your spiritual relationship with your energy or your money or your business or XYZ person? And I guess 50-50 chance they would look at us like we're crazy. Or the other 50-50 is that they're like, oh my God, I love this conversation.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so much more opportunity to open the floodgates for these stories and conversations.
Especially with women, I feel women have been so suppressed to not want more. And now women are like, I want more, and it's okay to want more. And maybe I don't want to be a housewife, and maybe I don't want kids, and maybe I do want a lot of kids. We don't know. Like, it's different for everyone, but I love that women have more options now to do more good and also to be leaders, because we're nurturing.
This is true. I had a little download here. Are you a lover, like, are you a book reader?
I am.
Or Audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of books do you like to listen to or read?
I just like information books. Like, if I want to learn something, I will listen to it.
All right, and for people listening to this conversation or watching it, and they're intrigued, whether it be from a spirituality standpoint, money mindset, relationship between money and energy, do you have any books that come to mind that you would recommend?
I definitely recommend my book, Turn Your Light On,
Yes.
for sure. That's more about spirituality, waking up, getting out of your own way with your purpose. And then there's a really good book that I read. It's called Queen's Code. Have you heard of
Okay,
it?
no.
It's by Allison something. I don't remember.
She has a
her last
great
name.
name.
Yeah, totally. I
Totally
just
great
saw
name.
that your name's Alice, and I just thought it was Allie before, and I'm like, oh, Allison invited me to podcast to do.
Yes, my full
Just
name.
found out today.
It's really only my mom that calls me that.
Oh, really?
And sometimes my videographer.
Nice. I love that. But this book, The Queen's Code, is so good. It's about how women relate to men, and it's a
Ooh.
storybook, and it's brilliant. I think every woman should read it.
Okay, well, obviously link your book and maybe Queen's Code in the show notes so people have that. Okay, and before we wrap things up, I want to know like how you, as a multi-passionate entrepreneur, like how you spend your day. What does your day look like? Maybe your week, if you calendar block certain days of the week to do things. I love sharing this with my audience, and I actually always love learning that from other entrepreneurs.
So Monday used to be my CEO day, admin day. It's not anymore. It's my supporting my clients day. So I have my group programs. I have my private clients those days. And then on Tuesdays is kind of like an admin flex day. I don't have a lot of admin. I keep things simple. I talk to my team. Wednesday is an open day. Anything can happen on a Wednesday.
Okay.
Thursday is a content day. So I usually do a lot of guest podcasting or content creation for different platforms. Friday, I usually take off, or it's a social day.
What a great schedule.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
love that week for you.
Yeah, me
And then
too.
off for the weekend.
Off for the weekend, unless I'm speaking at an event. When I started my coaching business years ago, I decided, I declared it, and I made it
decided
happen.
first, then you declare.
Yes, and then it was just a reality. I decided I only wanted to work 2 days a week. And so I started my coaching business only coaching 2 days a week. And I hit my financial goals right away, and I continued that. So I really like to keep my bulk work on Monday and Tuesday, and so the rest of the week is optional.
And what do you do for fun?
I write music. I play music.
Yes,
I write
I know we
books.
have to talk about that. I just learned that like this week about you.
Yeah, so I've been working on a musical album for about a year now, and I have 2 new books. All this stuff is going to roll out in 2026, but it's all about helping women transform their trauma and pain around men into radical self-love.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, mic drop moment. And okay, just give me like a little sample here. What kind of music are we gearing in with?
So I'll just give you some of the lyrics. So the song that's out already is called Touch My Skin.
Oh.
And it's just my name on Spotify. I'll probably have like a different name in the future to keep it like a little more artsy, right? So Touch My Skin. It's about a breakup and a man, all the things years ago. I was single on purpose for like 5 or 6 years after a traumatic breakup, all the things. And another song is called You Can't Fuck Your Way Out of Love. And that's about an ex-boyfriend. That
Okay.
one's going to be coming out this fall or in the new year. There's another song that's called Perfect Distraction.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they're very sexy. So they're sexy, they're empowering, they're emotional, and they make grown men and women cry. Anytime I've sung at an event, people cry. So
I feel like you and Taylor Swift could like go to a music writing weekend together.
I had a dream the other night that we were besties, and I was hanging out with her, and someone's like, "Oh, like you're really good friends with Taylor Swift," and Taylor Swift's like, "Obviously," and I was like, "I'm gonna be friends with Taylor Swift."
You declared it. Wait, you desired it?
I decided
Then
it.
declared
I
it.
declared it, and then it's gonna happen.
Well, I've already bragged about this on one podcast today, but one of my best friends lives in LA.
Okay.
She's an amazing jewelry designer.
Okay.
And Taylor Swift just wore some of her jewelry in her music videos.
I love
for her
that.
recent album. She's worn her stuff actually quite a few times, but I always just love bragging about her. Such
That's
a proud
amazing.
friend.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, where can everyone find you? How can they work with you?
Okay, so I'm on Instagram. I'm on the gram. There's a lot going on there, but I'm there. You can always
Yes.
reach out to me. And then my website is just radicallyaligned.com. My offerings are there, and just reach out. I have an incredible program that's all about speaking, storytelling, and scaling your business. And I'm really passionate about helping entrepreneurs do that right now. And I have some new things rolling out in the new year, but I'm not going to drop any information on it until the music and all the things are coming out.
Okay, well, I was just going to say, what are you most excited about right now?
The music. I'm going to LA not tomorrow, the next day, and I'm going to be recording 2 new songs. And just the new offerings that I have for women and men that I'm stepping into. I'm really excited about it.
I can't wait to hear. Well, I know I get to hear more probably next week when we're in person together in
Yeah.
Newport Beach at our mastermind. But I can't wait to see and celebrate all of the growth that you have coming, rolling out in 2026.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and to hang out with you. It's been so fun.
Oh my gosh, it's been so great. Thank you so much for being here and for all of the gifts that you shared. Like, I have so many things to talk to you about offline, which I can't wait.
Yes.
But until then, you guys, please give her a follow, connect with her, because what a value add of everything that you shared today. And I can't wait to read your book. And I hope everyone goes to get their copy. So thank you, Deidre, so much for being here. I've loved just like sitting with you in person.
Oh, me too. It's like so easy to chat. We could chat for hours.
I know. One more hour, we'll get some wine in here, sip, chat.
Dancing.
I want you to sing for me. This has just been the best. So thank you all for listening, for watching. And if you loved this episode, share it with a friend. And if you want to take it one step further and you want to leave a 5-star rating and review, I would be so grateful. And until next time, we will see you again soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean so much to me if you took a few seconds and shared this on social media, sent it to a friend, or left a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I'm so grateful to have you part of mine.